Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 18. I'm SoCal Thero, and today we got quite a bit in store for you here. This is all the new vehicles that I plan on working on here. We got, God, what are these things called again? Let's see. A Pterodane Gurkha LAPV. I'm gonna just say LAPV. You can let me know in the comments below if that's how you pronounce it or the proper way. That's gonna be one of the vehicles we're working on. Obviously, I've already stripped it down, got it cleaned up, so I just gotta start working on it by buying parts. We got another car in the back there I'll talk about in a sec. Next right here, it's kind of hard to tell what it is unless you do a full walk around, but it is a R32 Skyline. This is probably going to be the vehicle we're going to work on today, since I have the interior done and I have most of the parts for this. Because spoiler alert, I've already restored one of these. When I was at the junkyard, I found two of them, and I've had this mod in for a while, and I had just never found them. So I got lucky and found two back to back at the same time. So as you can see, we got the radiator in. The filter is not legit, but you'll see why here in a second. Why it's like that. But I think I have all the parts. I tried to double up on parts when I bought parts for this thing, so it should hopefully go pretty smoothly as far as working on that goes. And then finally, after a long time waiting, I found a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9 MR, and I got lucky. I found two. This one, I've taken the body panels off of both of them and restored them as best I could and put them on this car. This car is going to be the one that's done like by the time I start filming for it. But this one sits a little bit higher than that one, so I'm assuming this one's supposed to be like an off-road package. But if you look at this one, it sits a lot lower. So this will probably be the one that I configure to look the most like my in real life car. And then on top of it, I don't know why, but it has a cage in it. So it's weird that it's lowered, plus it has a cage, whereas this one is higher, but it has no cage. So kind of interesting to say the least, but we'll, like I said, I'll build this one off camera, and then, excuse me, while I build this one off camera, I'll have it like sitting somewhere kind of hidden away so you guys can't see it for when we do work on the other one, and then we'll bring them both out at the end so you guys can see what they both look like side by side. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the Skyline here. Like I said, I worked on some of the engine stuff already. Like the battery sits back here, which is kind of awkward to get to. And then I did all the stuff right here, so we're gonna go ahead and hop in here and go ahead and drop the motor in, and let's go ahead and start getting stuff put on it. So we got the water pump. Like I said, most of the parts I should have for this vehicle because I built one of these already, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do as far as like going to the tablet is concerned. Go ahead and raise it up here. Yep, there we go. Oh, those are the intercoolers off the Evo, the broken ones. I was trying to get the Evo done before I started recording, but it just didn't happen. So I'll try to finish that up after these next two vehicles here. And I still have another vehicle to work on. That's a Japan car. That's just not down here because I didn't have the space for it. Oop. Why is it trying to put some bad ones on first? The good ones on. There we go. Go ahead and get the crankshaft in there next, because, yep, that's going to be an issue. And, yeah, we might as well start getting this side completely built. Starting to run out of brake discs, it looks like. I'm gonna have to get some of those and stock up on them. And I do apologize again if my voice is forced or anything like that. Oh yeah, these are the wheels. That's right, I forgot. I bought the wheels in advance, and I bought these again, of course, as I always seem to put these on every single car that I own. Or plan on keeping, rather. But yeah, I do apologize if my voice sounds pretty hoarse. In my other episodes, I may have mentioned it. And I know in my other series I have already, but I seem to have come down with something. Some sort of, like, little common cold. Compliments of one of my nieces, but it's all good. She didn't know any better. So I'm trying to fight that right now. Go. Oh, and then also, if you could see it in the background over there, there's a motor on the stand. That's the motor that goes into this thing right here. I started to get that prepped and put there because it was such a bitch to get the motor out of the thing that I was just like, you know what, we're putting it on the stand and we're getting it taken care of over here. There's just no way I could do it with it being directly in the car like what I'm doing with this Skyline. Because it is way too hard. This Skyline, there'll be a few issues too as far as getting the rods in place correctly goes as well. Got all the broken parts from the, oops, trying to star pattern it. There we go. I got all the, like, broken parts from my Evo in my inventory still because I just took it apart. That's why you're seeing some of the stuff that's, like, all worn out. And that I still have to fix or sell or do something with it. Whoops. Don't need that in my face. I think the gearbox is going to be the first part that we don't have. Yep. The gearbox i4 4x4, I think is what it said. I think it was this one. It's a lot of money to hawk over and not get right. Oh no, rear wheel drive. Woo! It's a good thing I double checked. Let's go ahead and put that in. There we go. Starters from the engine bay, so we don't have to worry about that. I should have the exhaust system already. Alright, let's go ahead and get this rear end put in. Get the drive shaft put in here too, so that way we have nothing else on the front of the car that we need to do other than engine stuff. Need to get some of this on so I can move the camera. It's kind of awkward where we're at. Start needing some of those as well. Alright, let's see. Oh, let's put the fuel pump in. And then for the armored vehicle, I'm not going to do performance parts on it just because it doesn't make sense. It's not meant for performance. It's meant to be an armored vehicle. So, I mean, it needs to move, but it doesn't need to move that fast. Go ahead and get the wheel hub on. Oh yeah, let's not forget this stuff too. Well, like I said, a lot of the parts for this car I already had because I just restored one earlier and I sold it. Came out pretty nice. Ended up being a white in color when I was done with it. I'm probably gonna, truth be told, the color on this car is kind of, oh geez, I need more small rubber bushings. But truth be told, the color on this car is kind of cool. This orange, and it's different. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually keep the factory color on this thing just to check it out. I mean, it's different. Not my typical black and white color cars that I like to build all the time. There we go. And then let's move over to this side of the car for the rear end, and then we'll be done with this. There we go. Oh, almost got it. Might be doubled up even more on some of the parts that I have because the Evo 9 kind of looks like it shares the same suspension setup as the R32 Skyline, so I started trying to double up even more on more parts here for the two, just in case. But when we start working on the Evo 9, it'll probably be the same thing where I'll have most of the parts I need already. So it'll go pretty smoothly like this one did. Or has been so far, I should say. There we go. So, thing's pretty much done suspension-wise. So we're going to start working on the motor here. It's got a very weird motor in it. It's got like a older version of a what's it called? Like a V6 engine in it, but it's whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. No. Part on mount. Take that out. Want my newer pistons in here. I bought a bunch of, yeah, there they are. I was gonna say I bought a bunch of pistons because the armored vehicle over there is a 12-cylinder motor, so I needed quite a bit of pistons for it, to say the least. So that's what they're all sitting in there for. That originally was going to be the car I was going to work on this episode, but after I started getting the Skyline done and doubling up on parts, I was just like, it'd be easier just to record the Skyline right now, just because it's got all the parts I need and it shouldn't take too long, whereas that one I'm going to probably have to go into the, what's it called? The tablet and buy them as we go, basically like what we typically do. And then, oh, I seem to be missing a camshaft. I must have, damn it. I must have put that in another car. I must have put it in the other Skyline I built. Because I did have two. Oh, man. Oh, well. Oh, and I'm doing this again. I really should have did the armored car first, even though I don't have all the parts for it. I do for this. All the stuff here is it's all made, or it's all pre-bought already for that car. And oh, also, as you could tell, I have quite a bit of money again. Went to the junkyard and I found two California Ferraris. Spoiler alert, one of them is going to be on the channel here being rebuilt, but the other one I've already built and sold. And of course, I mean, it was a Ferrari, so it makes sense. It sold for a lot of money. And that's the reason why I have so much right now. Go. Alright, that side is done. We just gotta get this side now. Oh! Frame zoom in. Alright. Actually, you know what? Let's do the exhaust too. Let's get these sides done and out of the way. So I mean, like, everything you see right now, you're like, hey, you know what? It actually looks pretty good. It's all like lining up and connecting properly. Yeah, that's all a farce. This is obviously not how an R32 Skyline motor looks, but the way that the guy that did this mod set it up goes is you still have to build the car like it's a normal default car mechanic simulator car, which is cool. I like that. I like, because some people could take a shortcut and be like, oh no, you only have to throw a block in and then it'll work and you don't have to spend any money. At least this guy that made this makes you work for it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so he kind of shortcuts it. Well, not shortcuts it, but he makes it look great like this. You're just like, man, everything lines up. That's pretty cool. Like, it actually looks like it should. And then after you're done, you throw this engine cover on it, and it's basically the R32 motor, and it's the whole engine bay. So then it just turns into, this is underneath the cosmetic portion of it. That's right, this is all a bunch of these. There we go. Like I said, I have quite a bit of the parts, it seems like, so we're getting pretty lucky here. This will go pretty quickly. This kind of threw me off. I was like, wait, I need that instead? And then, yeah, I bought one of these, thinking there wasn't a performance one when there was. Oh, come on. There you go. Get to the wires. That. Oh, you know what? No, that's right. When I was doing this, I found out that I had a better serpentine belt. Yep, there it is. Better quality. So, like, I'm gonna save that for this one. And yeah, that's pretty much the top end of the motor goes. Let's go ahead and lift it up here, and we will start working underneath here, getting the pistons and everything set. And then this is, towards the rear of it is kind of where it starts to get a little difficult because you can't see everything. You got to get the camera angle just right to get in there to get some of the piston rod caps. Like, you'll see it right. Yeah, that's, I think it's about here is when it starts getting bad. Yeah, like you have to do an extreme zoom in. And then you kind of just have to go with whatever you can see in that specific camera angle at the moment. Like, see, this one is really hard to see. There it is. And then the next one is kind of back here, so you gotta zoom out a bit to see it too. There we go. And that wasn't as bad as the first go around. The first go around was pretty rough just because I didn't know where to look at. This time I knew where to look exactly. Oh man, I left the wheels that come on this car on the other one, but this, I mean, I just love these wheels. I love the all black wheel. Oh, no, don't mean to do that. I mean to do this. And now that I think about it, I don't think I put oil in the white one. So hopefully that guy towed it out of here and put oil in it. Oh wait, yeah, I did. Never mind. I remember now. I had it running when it left. So it looks like everything is good here. Oh, we forgot the clips. I did that on the other one too, and you think I would have remembered it. These damn clips. Come on, there you go. Alright, so now the mechanical and frame and interior are good. Okay, so it's just the body that we got now, which is cool. Because again, I have all of this. Oh, no I don't. Okay. Oh, what the hell? I thought I did. Okay, I guess I lied. I thought I had a lot of these parts. I guess I may have missed some of them. Let's see. Okay, I got that at least. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, yeah, some of the body paneling I didn't get because I wasn't sure if I needed it or not. That's fine. We'll be able to buy some of this stuff. Although the glass I could have sworn I bought. That's strange. Okay. Well, actually, let's go ahead and get the plate. Do 2 custom ones. We'll put R32 Skyline. Oh. Maybe one word, Skyline. Skyline. Well, R32 Skyline. There you go. That makes it work. Let's see. We need R32. So I have those. I don't have these side windows. The rear bumper was something I didn't have. I didn't have the right fender. And I didn't have either mirror. And I don't think I have the right tail light. Is everything I'm missing. Let's see. Rear bumper. Tail light. Put the plate on there. Put that on. That on. That on. And let's see. Yep. Alright. Perfect. Oh. Almost forgot the front license plate. There we go. You be looking good again. And we're oh, engine cover. That's right. So, and as you see, I went with the carbon fiber hood just to be different from my normal complete stock build. So, as you can see, as soon as you put that in, you have a Nissan Skyline looking motor in there now. So, as cheap as it is, because you're like, oh, it's just the cover to deceive you and look the part. It's actually cool because it works as a part, and you still have to put everything together and make this thing in like as a normal car mechanic sim car. So it's kind of cool, I must say. It's one of the cars that I did enjoy building more than some of the other ones that I had that were kind of shortcutted to me. So while that's in the paint shop, we're actually going to move this Evo. This is going to be the next thing going on the line. Oh, car lifter B. There we go. And we might as well get it up off the ground. Speaking of which, you should see this thing. It like, oh, it looks it now. When you first put it up on jack stands, when it has wheels and tires, at least the default ones. I can't buy the original default tires because it has a size that just the game doesn't have. But it does not move at all. It's just pretty much they're sitting there. So let's go ahead and get this thing painted. Like I said, we're gonna try to keep it the same color. Factory color, just because it's different, it's unique, and truth be told, it's actually kind of cool. I'm not a big fan of a color like this. Like I'd have a hard time walking out my front door every day and then walking to my driveway or walking into my garage and looking at this color every single day, but it's definitely different, unique, and kind of cool. So let's take a look here and see. Kept it its original color. Actually, we should dyno it. It says the original horsepower is 150 horsepower, so probably should dyno this thing real quick. Go ahead and throw it on the dyno. And we have the performance parts in there too, so we don't even know how well it's gonna do. Oh, let's go into the dyno room here, close the door so we don't blow everybody's eardrums out with high revving. And let's give it a run and see. Man, that's a lot of power. Well, it's a lot of gain, but it's only 261 horsepower. So, I mean, that's not a lot of horsepower to other vehicles. Then again, this isn't like the latest and greatest. It's an older car. But that's pretty decent gain. I mean, 73%. That's pretty good for this car. Let's go ahead and move it back out there again. And let's not be sloppy, we'll close our door. I'm just listening to it idle too. It looks like the gauges are messed up on this model just a little bit, but I guess that's alright. It is what it is. Kind of sit back a little ways too, but again, it is what it is. It's more for look than driving. But it sounds pretty good idling. You know what? Let's go ahead and take it on the track. We'll see how fast it is. I'm very curious to see how the armored car does on the racetrack, just because of how crazy it is. All right, and let's start the light. Whoa, nice pull. Dials are doing something a little weird there. They kind of floated away. That's not doing too shabby. See what this top speed is. Thought I saw it hit 220 at one point, but I guess it didn't. Man, those dials are weird. They just like float away. But 219 kilometers an hour. That's pretty decent for an older R32 Skyline GTR. So, or not GTR, but just Skyline. Actually, no, I think this is a GTR. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's pretty decent for, like I said, an older car. I kind of figured it wouldn't do much because it had the older V6 motor in it from the game, which, I mean, yeah, the car probably does a lot better in real life, but, I mean, in the game with the limitations, you kind of just have to go with what you have. And a lot of people don't use, like, the newer stuff, like the V12 motor, like what's in this thing, just because not everybody has that update or that DLC pack. So, yeah, there's the finished product of the R32 Skyline. And that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this episode or any other episodes that you have been watching, please hit that subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate it as it helps me out. Another way to let me know that you enjoyed this episode is please hit the like button down below. And if you have any other feedback, comments, concerns, anything like that, you can go ahead and leave them down there below. And I always tend to make an effort to read them, as I don't get too many that I have to worry about to where I'm like just doing that only. But again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of Car Mechanic Sim 2018. Take care.